We're live. Fix the camera? What's wrong with the camera? What's going on, brother? What's going on, J Smart? Alright, guys. Hop in the YouTube. That's where we'll be trading from now on. Make sure you guys join up. You guys know how it goes when we're trading our guys to trading, and peace. Alright, what's going on, YouTube family? How you guys doing, man? How's everybody doing? We're gonna get to some grinding here. Let's get some charts, of course. You guys know how it goes, man. Sure, the camera's like, fuck, is it? Oh, what's going on with the camera? Does so many pedigree shit show there? Oh, what shows there? I don't know why it's like. Do you guys see a Sony pedigree thing when you guys look at the YouTube? Let me see real quick. I'm confused here. Give me 1 second while I figure this out. Oh, it does show the little Sony pedigree, but it's really small. My bad, guys. The mic was just like that because I had it like far away. But you guys should be able to hear me now. You guys hear me now? We're good. We're good. Some of you guys are good, man. I want to show you guys a couple things here. So, what was I saying? So, we took some sales today in EOUSD, right? We took some sales in the morning or in the afternoon. We were looking for, we're looking at this. We're applying a bit of SMC with trend lines. I know it might sound crazy, but I've been backtesting it for a while now, and it does work. Like, you just have to apply a little bit of it, understanding kind of the way that it works for me is because the market is showing me where it wants to go, right? So I have an idea where price wants to do, and then from that, if I can apply SMC, I'm still looking or targeting that liquidity, right? So, for example, the trades of today, if you guys really look at price here, right? We first have to ask ourselves, all right, well, what is retail trying to do? So what is retail trying to do, right? Retail over here, what they're trying to do is, you can see how over here they're trying to buy, right? We have a lot of liquidity levels that they're trying to buy, but then price had this little corrective move and we dropped down. When we had this drop down, then what does it mean that that happened? What happened here? So we have pockets of liquidity sitting here, pockets of liquidity sitting here, and we developed FEG right here. If you guys see that FEG right there that we developed, right? Price comes down, it starts going higher, and then we have displacement that lower. So we now have, again, two pockets of liquidity here. You can see how price here actually tries to rebalance this, and from there, we had that drop down because price was what? It was ascending at this level or at this FEG level that we have for SMC. And if we look at price here, what are we building here? We're building pockets of liquidity with this trend line. So what is SMC going to be targeting? They're going to be targeting all these levels where a lot of retail ideology is going to want to be buying. So since they want to be buying here, we want to try to target that for price to go lower. And what we're doing is just taking into consideration what is price action and structure kind of showing us. So if we understand that and we can take apart both things and combine them into one, it's a profitable strategy. So all I did today was take this ascending, and once I saw price dropping down here, I took the sell right there. Because as you can see, what is price doing here again? Look at this. This is a price pushed up, and then here you have what? You have a little of a bullish ascending, descending formation. Price over here stops them out, So here, once price starts going higher, they might think that they're back in the safe, but no, then price starts ascending. So from there, then I'm looking to sell that. So I sold that, price drops down here, and what does it give me here? I sold it where? I sold it at the level of the FVG that we had it before. Once price then drops down lower here, we have another what? Yeah, another ascending at an FVG with an OB. And that's where now I took more into consideration the sells, put sells break over here, and then sold it again. And you can see how now price again is at full TP. So now the question is, all right, what does price want to do from here now? So we want to look at prices, right? We already took these levels. FVG means fair value gap, yeah. So we took all these levels here, right? And we want to ask ourselves, right, well, where is price showing us in terms of liquidity? So let's erase this, let's erase this, let's erase this, let's erase this. We can erase all of this already because this already happened. So this already happened, right? This already happened. What do we have in terms of liquidity here? Well, we have this right here. We have liquidity up here for starters, right? And we have, oh, my bad. Let me fix that. And we have liquidity down here, right? We have liquidity in both ends. In terms of SMC, right? So if SMC goes, what do we have here? We have liquidity levels above and we have liquidity levels below. So what we're looking for here is, what are we looking for with these highs? So we're looking now, we sold at a premium, right? We sold at a premium right there. We sold there. That's where we sold. We sold at a premium. And I want to see if we can buy somewhere at this discount. Because what were we building when price was dropping down? Well, we were all obviously building liquidity. So now SMC can be shifting their retails to try to be selling this. But we understand that what we have also here. So we have these levels of liquidity. What do we have below that? We also have this nice little trend line here that's kind of still being respected, right? So as long as this still sustains, we can still see a price because of some type of formation for a price to now go back up higher to grab these pending levels above, because here we have what? We have one touch, two touch, three touch. So there's going to be a lot of pending liquidity still above right there for Euro USD, right? We don't know. Price can still just kind of consume and just keep kind of trending sideways like it has been and just stay these levels of liquidity being grabbed here. Doesn't have to grab all the time, but price shows you what it wants to do. So what we're kind of waiting for here is, can we get a displacement for price to go up higher so I can try to capitalize from this buy? Because obviously here we have price showing us that once it starts hitting these levels, it has rejected, it has gone higher, it has gone higher. And you can see how here we went up higher, we have an FVG, so you can apply that and still try to capitalize from these longs. Price drops on lower here, and we still try to go up higher, right? But then we were rejected, we have the lower. So I'm still kind of eyeing this, seeing what price wants to do. But I understand that we have liquidity levels on both ends. So for me, what would be more ideal to happen is price actually drops down here. I want price to drop down here, grab some levels of liquidity, confuse the retail trader, and from there, kind of give me this placement up higher, so I can now try to buy for price to continue and grab those liquidity levels above, right? Because we understand where the levels are. What are they're here and they're here. These are both of our liquidity levels that we were targeting for this London session, and depending on what we get first is what we can see what price wants to do from us heading forward, right? And let's see what else. Let's take a look at, this hasn't moved, so this hasn't moved. I'm not really looking at much here for S&P. Looks like price still wants to drop lower from my end. I don't really think that we're going to continue going higher. I think we're going to kind of continue dropping lower as soon as we get some rejections. We already had a nice liquidity grab here where we touched this nice little descending formation again. So we touched that, we dropped down lower. Price might want to continue dropping down from here. That's what I see for S&P. I still see S&P dropping here tomorrow. Why as well? You can see how this F15 we have pockets of liquidity setting here. We have Asian session, London session. We grabbed these Asian session highs, but we haven't grabbed these yet. So the levels are still sitting below here. I expect that to get grabbed sooner than later. Gold is just fucking overextended as hell. So the question now is, could I get something that shows me that price might want to go higher, right? Because I don't know. Does price want to go higher yet? I haven't gotten any confirmation yet. We don't know. In terms of like TLs and stuff, right? What are we getting here with price? Let's draw it up here. So we have this right here. We have that for starters, right? That's okay. And we also have this. So we have a little bit of a descending formation. A nice trend where price can try to go up higher, right? We do have some stuff setting up for us. But the problem is that we're mixing both. So we have to ask ourselves, is retail seeing the same thing that we are seeing? And if they are, then it won't work. So what I'm expecting for price to do is grab this level below here. Either if it grabs this level below here, then this will be a liquidity level where I can try to capitalize from that long. Now, if price does not do that and it goes up higher, then I need to make sure that I see what price does here, because I can try to still short this all the way down in order to grab this liquidity. My main focus right now is this liquidity level right here. But I need to see more context because we're already down at a what? We're already down at a discount. Right there. We're down here. So I'm going to show you guys now my metrics. Some of the trades that I took. So we have, here's my FTL metrics. We haven't really taken much. You guys can see it's kind of just been a really steady up curve. There's not really much negatives here. I mean, I haven't taken a loss just yet, but we're up 7K on the 200K challenge. Yeah, and I mean, you can just see the trades here. Max loss, 2 days, a profit target 7K. We took a couple trades here, 90 lots, whatever. But it was just basically the same trades. You know, these trades were already at break even when we took them above. These were these trades right here, and then we had a max up with first class. There's a mixed issue with first class, bro, that I don't like. With the funded traders, with the fucking whatchamacallit. With first class, there's an issue, right? Like when you have your live account, you can't risk more than 1%, which I don't get it. So I had that first class, my live account, converted with my copy trader with the FTMO challenge, and it closed out some trades. So it closed out some trades which were not supposed to close. If they would have held it, I would probably been up like 15K in profit today. But unfortunately, it closed the trades out for me, so I wasn't able to take those trades anymore. And then you know, I just decided to just take the trades alone on my FTMO and just worry about first class later, because that's very weird. You know, weird that you can only take 5 lots on first class and not 20 lots for them still risking 1% of the trade. It just didn't make any sense to me. So I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, we have these trades over here. You guys can see we took this USD sell. This sell right here, this one you guys see, it was this one over here that we grabbed above, dropped down. And yeah, and then we had a buy earlier. We took that one. That buy right there was, I believe, over here. You can see our price over here went up higher, and we were looking for the liquidity levels above. Oh no, it was right here. Sorry. So here we had a little bit of a trend line. Price up lower. We kind of had a FVG right here, and I was looking for price to rebalance this trend line right there. And then once I hit that, I closed that out, and that was just a kind of a holiday scalp because that was like Monday. So no, that was Sunday, I believe. I don't even know when I took that trade. Let me see. Yeah, so that was January 2nd. So that was actually like London stream yesterday. That's when we took that trade. And you know, I only held it for 5 minutes. This trade I held it for 18 minutes. This one I held it for an hour. This one, the 451, this was a 5 lottie. This is the trades that right here would have actually cashed me out, man. This one's right here, because these are the ones that they closed when I was holding this trade because of first class, right? Like they don't let you risk 1%, man, which is very weird. So they closed the trades out, and I wasn't able to hold it because I have this set up to my copy trader with first class. And then this one was 17 minutes, 30 minutes. I guess just kind of scalps, to be honest, just short scalps. But remember, all these trades combined, we're only risking 1%. So you guys can see the max that I hit, which was this 2 trades. I almost hit stop loss here. I was down 1.8. But it never hit my stop loss, and then we hit that TP. I closed that out quick because the market was just moving kind of choppy. It was going up and down, and I closed that fast. So, you know, once we reach at 20K, obviously I'll be showing you guys that as well. But yeah, I wanted to give you guys an update on the trades that I've taken so far. And obviously, people that have the investor password, if you want it, just make sure to DM me on Instagram. I think probably like 30 people have it now. And if you guys do want the FTMO accounts investor password, just text me on Instagram and I'll give it to you guys. So FCF is not good. Will that be a big issue? It's not a big issue. You just have to risk it slower. Like, you can't risk 1%. You gotta risk like 0.50%, which is, it doesn't have a problem, but it's just unfortunate because you'll get profits slower than what if you're risking bigger, you know? So a little bit of an ascending here. This is the trade that we took, descending, price drop down. We're having a little bit of a descending now, right? You guys can see that. Our price is going higher. We still haven't developed any nice OBs where price is giving us formation, so we can't really take this buy yet until we get enough context to try to get this buy. Other than that, we're just shooting in the dark, you know? Well, we are getting some rejections here, so we have a little bit of liquidity run here. Take that into consideration. And we'll see if this OB start holding. So this is important. If this OB start holding, and that's context, right? What type of bot they use? We have a couple bots, to be honest. I have a couple bots. So we have a little bit of a descending here. We grabbed that. You guys can see that. We grabbed that as well. And then now we have an OB. So what I want to see here happening is if we have this displacement here, that'll be better. Like if we have a drop down here, that'll be way better for us to try to take this buy. But if we can go higher and get this displacement here, then that'll be perfect for us to try to take this long again to grab this liquidity levels above up here. It depends what price shows us. We don't know yet. We gotta wait for this London session, and we'll know more on London session. I really do want to see this FEG right here being broken. Why? Because this is a bearish FEG. So if this bearish FEG can now turn to a buying pool, that would be like ideal for me to try to take this sell. Where did it go? There it is. Oh, there you go. So we broke this right here. That's better. That's what we want to see. Remember, so we wanted to see a liquidity grab. So we grabbed this OB. We haven't rejected anything yet. Again, that's why the trend arc was not interesting. So we want to see if price here can now still shift. So we still want to see this FEG here shift, and we can try to go higher. You know, we still have hope here. We just have to see what price kind of delivers for us, right? Because we also did now, we are confusing the retail trader that's now have this trend line, right? People that have their entries here, where do they have their stops? They have their stops right below here, right? But there's still the context for the price to go up higher. We just have to be patient here. What are you guys saying for the EA, guys? What EA? We're using a trend in EA for FTMO, and we're using an HFT EA for first class and leveled up and Rocket 21. But every other EO that we use is gonna be a trending bot. So this absolutely melting, man. That's crazy. Fat ass man with EU. Jesus Christ, brother. Let me see. DXY. So DXY is also kind of stuck in this descending right here. So price is trying to go higher, but we're still rejecting these levels, right? There's obviously still liquidity above, so we have liquidity levels up here. We have liquidity up here. Now, what I really do want to see is how is price going to react to these midnight opens? Because you can see how every day we start rejecting these midnight opens. They're very important. So this 12 a.m. midnight open right here, you can see how that's rejecting in here, right? So let's see how price does reject. It is kind of overbought from this midnight open right here, right? So we are overbought from this midnight open. We are currently at a premium from this dealing range that we have. So that's interesting as well, right? Because then potentially dollar is just overextended here, and from that midnight open, we could try to drop lower, right? Because we have the opening price, we have liquidity levels above. We might come grab this Asian session liquidity right here that you guys see. So we might grab this, and then from there, we might start dropping because we are still overbought from this London price. And you can see how for the past days, we have kind of been dropping down correctively, right? So either this shoots up higher and then completely flies for the remaining of the time, or we have a sweep of liquidity and then we drop lower again. We don't know yet. That's a part of being patient. But we have more context for price to drop lower than it is for price to go higher, right? Happy New Year, brother. What a fucking melt. Oh my god. Look at EURUSD go. Jesus Christ. So, damn, that's a fat melt, bro. Anybody that was looking for buys got absolutely clapped. You see, this is why the key thing of this strategy is to be patient. What any strategy is just being patient. What time is it over there? It's 2:51 a.m. Well, I guess we didn't have that bullish thing happen, right? What a fucking melt, guys. All right. So now we are actually hitting an important level here. Price can now actually start shifting. You know, we are kind of overbought here. We did drop down, but we're back at a major level where price can now try to start going higher. So I'm going to keep my eyes on this because I am kind of still concerned if price does want to keep dropping. You know, we'll see what price delivers for us here. We'll see if price actually does want to. We're still going to wait now. So we have to delete all this. We obviously grab the liquidity levels here, but we still have liquidity levels pending above, right? That's the thing. So the question now is, what does price want to do this London session? Does price want to continue dropping or does it want to go higher? Right? We don't know. We overly extended this, so we can delete that as well. That's gone. That's out of the picture. Let's go to 14 minutes so I can look at price a bit better. We'll see. So I'm just waiting for this, to be honest. I'm just gonna write X because you guys already know what I'm looking for. I'm waiting for this to see if this can actually start rejecting, and then from there, I can see if we can shift back to a bullish trend, right? React and adapt. How many pairs do you trade? I just trade two, man. I just trade EU and then I just trade S&P. That's it. Are you still buying? No, I mean, if price gives me something, I'll buy because we are at a major level, right? But as of now, no. As of now, I'm just looking at the market, seeing what price wants to do. But right now, I'm not buying, no. So take a look here. If you guys see this kind of trend line structure that we had in the past, right? Something like this. You guys can see how price here, actually, what did it do? So price here, we overextended. And this is just a liquidity sweep, and then we drop lower again. So we're kind of having the same thing here, right? We're kind of having the same thing with these levels. You can see how here with several of the trend lines, we have a sweep and then price goes up higher. Here we're having a sweep again. price can here still try to go up higher. We just have to be patient and see what price delivers for us. So we are obviously overextended here, right? Obviously overextended down below. Let's see what price does. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we're just gonna have a bearish formation and continue going, or what? Or do you guys think we're just gonna go higher here? The reason why I think we're gonna go lower or try to go higher here is because there's so much liquidity still pending above, right? Like all these levels up here, we haven't grabbed this. So all these levels here, people were able to capitalize from this, you know? That's the reason why I still think that we can still try to go up higher. Rally from here? Maybe. Look at the XY time frame, we are bullish. It is shooting off, man. It is going high. What about the 12 AM open though? We are fucking flying, yeah. That's right, man. We are flying, but there's still major levels here that we have to grab, you know what I mean? So like we still have a lot of things. Like for example, look at this H1 FEG that we have above here. This H1 FEG, even we tried to reject it multiple times, we haven't been able to, right? So you can see how this level over here is significant. We also have, you can see price here tried, it dropped down. It tried, it dropped down. So let's see how price does react to this, if it can still drop down. We'll see. I'm still kind of skeptical about those longs, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The night is still young. We haven't even hit London yet. Oh, this shit's just like this is what I don't like to trade. Like what the hell is this, man? This is obviously stuck as hell. We have liquidity levels everywhere down here. That's where we'll probably grab for GPUSD. Like there's nothing to trade here, man. You can't even see structure here from any angle. Look at what price did though. Look at this SMC right here. Look at this SMC moves right here, right? What did price do? Here we have descending right here, right? We go up higher. Then it wants to confuse the trader by thinking that it's still gonna go higher. But why is it not gonna go higher? Because first of all, we've got this liquidity. Then what do we have after? We have an ascending. When price drops down from this ascending, what do we leave behind? We leave behind this FEG right there. And look at how price just precedently comes back up with a descending to rebalance this FEG, and from there grab all the liquidity that was pending below here, right? So if you would have understood that, you could have had yourself a nice little 7-1, man. Look at that, clean as hell, right? Mixing again the SMC with just simple trend line structure. If you're able to understand both, you can profit. Again, it depends the way that you want to look at the market. It's whatever works for you. So this is what I've been practicing and what's worked for me. And you guys will see in the long run that it's going to work. Now, the question is, do you just want to stick to one strategy and see what works the most? Because this is the thing when it comes to trading, right? A lot of us like to learn and learn and learn and learn. And when we're doing all of that, we start mixing things too much together. So we're looking at trend lines, we're looking at supports, we're looking at averages, we're looking at Fibonacci's. And if we combine all those things together, we will never develop a solid foundation or a solid strategy from yourself. When you have mentors or people that teach you, you want to take parts from those people and make sure that you develop your own system to see what works for you. Because what works for me might not work for you. What works for ICT might not work for you. What works for Raul might not work for you, right? You have to develop your own system. Once you develop that own system, you want to stop learning from these people. You want to learn still educational stuff, but you want to learn from your own stuff and then backtest it. See how you can make it better. See how you can implement it better. See what you can see that others don't see, so you have that edge. If you're able to see different stuff that people can't see and they question you, okay, how'd you see that? That means that you have developed yourself an edge. So when I'm looking at the market, people can't see what I'm looking at. Guess what? That's a compliment, because that means that, again, I have now developed an edge over traders where I can profit from them, where they don't see the setups that I am looking for. So if you are able to have a simple strategy where you can start developing your own setup to see the market better and develop an edge, you will be profitable. You get it? That's the part that people don't understand, right? When it comes to learning or the learning curve, you can't do what everybody else is doing, because if you do that, then you're just a retail trader. SMC trading is the same thing. SMC trading is like the new thing on the block, right? So everybody's trying to do it. But the thing is that they don't understand what the real concept of SMC is. The real concept of SMC is, one, going for liquidity, and two, trying to do the opposite of what retail is doing. So if you can build a foundation where you can see what they're doing to try to go against them, that's how you become profitable. Right? So now here, right, the question is, a lot of people are going to be still looking to short this. Why? Because we have this clear bearish engulfing here, right? So retail's going to think, okay, we'll sell off. We also have levels of resistance here, or support, now turn resistance, right? So retail's going to be looking to short this, and same thing in these levels. So now the question is, can we get some sort of formation here that shows us that we still have bullish momentum to try to go back up higher to grab the liquidity levels here? Or does price actually want to continue dropping to grab these levels down here, right? We will see, because we don't know yet. We just have to be patient. I have problems with levels and find them, so that's why I'm asking that, because sometimes I'm confused, and thanks for answering. Well, confused with what? What are you confused with, brother? Finding good levels for liquidity run and FG's not too early. Okay, so this is what I can recommend you for looking for finding liquidity levels. The first thing that you could do is just ask yourself again, what is retail eyeing? And the second thing is, make sure you understand your sessions. Sessions are very important. So if you're able to just mark off, like this is Asia and London, you can see how here we grabbed London session highs, right? And we're gonna try to target the lows. Same thing here, right? Not here because this is not enough, but you can see how for previous days, like here, what happens in this day? We grabbed session highs 10:30, and then we have the session lows pending. So what does price do? It comes down and it grabs them again, right? Same thing here. What do we do here? We go up higher, we grab the lows, and now the highs are pending. So the next day we grab that. Same thing here, right? Here you can see we grab the highs and then we grab the lows. We grab the highs. So sessions are very important. If you're able to understand that here, what happens here, you can see, look to the left. We grab the session highs in the morning and then we grab the lows. Why? Because there is pockets of liquidity residing on both ends. Retail is trading like this. They're buying, they're selling, they're buying, they're selling, they're buying, they're selling, they're buying, they're selling. So if you're able to spot these things and you can grab this level, the smart thing to do is not continuing going down, is now trying to grab this level, right? So if you can grab both, guess what? Cha-ching, that's bread, that's money, right? But just like any strategy, right, it doesn't always work. So that's why you have to develop yourself an edge. Because even the times that it doesn't work, you want to make sure those times are less than the times that it does work. You know what I'm saying? Damn, this shit's just fucking shit in the bed, man. Jesus Christ. Jesus, what a mouth. Is there news right now? There's no news and that shit's moving like this? What the hell is going on? This melt right here, London session, was of 60 pips. Holy fuck. Anybody looking for those buys got clapped up, brother. Let me tell you. I don't think the market will turn to that 1.0660. I don't know, man. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? We'll see. I do think that market is definitely like oversold right now. So I want to see if we can get something more out of this. You know. Again, I want to wait for some formations here, but it might just not happen today because market has dropped down 60 pips. That's quite a lot. I'm gonna be looking at my phone for a bit, guys. Right? We just gotta wait for prices to give us some context here. When you're looking at a trader, when liquidity is taken, and then you're looking at break market structure, and what is the best way to define right VOS? I didn't get that question, brother. What bot do you use from FF? We use the trending bot. Can I purchase the bot once it's funded to my live account? Yes, you can, brother. So look at the past, right? Look at the past here. Descending higher. Higher. Descending higher. So we have all these levels that we haven't grabbed. Now the question is, are we going to grab all these levels now? right? Is all this liquidity gonna get run now, or are we just confusing the trader to then go up higher? That's the question. Classic Tuesday of the week. You're right. That could be it. That could be it, man. But this is fucking oversold, man. So right now, what do we have? In terms of structure-wise, what do we have here? For us to try to look for longs again, I need this to break. Because here's my last OB, and here's my last leg. I need to start seeing some formations here. And once this breaks over here, then we're actually gonna be looking for some longs. So this is gonna be far away for us to happen, right? We're not just gonna go up 60 pips from here to an hour, right? This is gonna take at least a couple hours and at least some more structural levels. So we need to start seeing is a price here. Once it starts dropping higher, is it gonna drop lower? Is it gonna show us some context? Is it gonna confuse the trader here, right? We need to start seeing some structure develop. Since price is not developing any structure, this is what's called no man's land. So you don't want to get caught trading in this. You want to be patient and wait for price to give you some sort of structure where you can actually capitalize from, right? So yeah, man, this is looking like a short London stream. Not much to look at. Honestly, I'm gonna wait to New York to see if I can catch some longs. But for now, I'm just gonna call it a day. Fortunately speaking, we're already up 7K on the FTMO accounts, as you guys see there. So since we're up 7K on this, we're not really rushing anything. This is only the second day, so it doesn't matter, right? We have time. We have a lot of time to pass these FTMO accounts. But I'll make sure that every London session that I do, I update you guys on what we're doing. Right now, we're up 7.1K. I think I'll be trying to pass this probably by next week. When next week is done, I'll wait for the 10 days to now get the second phase, and we'll go from there, right? My main goal for this FTMO account is to withdraw like 15% just so I can get an FTMO interview, and just share some more of my experience with you guys, and then have kind of a testimony as well, because it has been a rough time, but we are the other side. So that's my main focus this year, is to try to get that FTMO interview set up, and keep going, get a max location, be on the leaderboard, and get all of that going. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna wait for some information that happens with your USD. There's not much more to look at. I will see you guys tomorrow on the live stream. For my students, I'll see you guys in the morning. I will be going live at 9:30 a.m. EST. You guys know how it goes. Don't overtrade, don't leverage, safe trading, and peace.